So why is this important for us? So this resistance, these negative appraisals, this listening to fear, obeying fear, this avoidance, which ultimately leads to procrastination, leaves feelings of shame. And I just feel like crap. And then you know what? Let me just get a sip of pleasure, and eventually I'll just keep scrolling and I'll look at porn and masturbate and numb. But if we catch it early on, we run towards and choose the path of most resistance. Let fear and resistance be a compass. You can run towards the dragon. The next one is we want to shrink the gap, that liminal space between having a thought and acting on the thought, between knowing and doing. The longer the gap, the louder the fear gets. Ultimately, the principle is you don't need more insight, you need more movement. Mel Robbins made popular this, not the food 5-second rule, but the action 5-second rule. And the principle is pretty simple. That and it's, you know, the five. We're gonna say we're gonna shrink that 5 seconds down to 3 seconds. We're gonna do a 3, 2, 1 rather than a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So if you haven't heard of this, the principle is basically if you have a thought, you're at a networking event, and you think I should go talk to that person, or you're at a young adult, God forbid, church event at a brewery, and it's awkward as crap. But you walk in and you own the space, right? But you have a thought, I should go talk to that girl. Okay? You have a thought, okay? I know I should do that. Or you have a thought to do something. And if you don't do it within 5 seconds, the likelihood of you doing that thing decreases significantly. It's not impossible, but the resistance grows. What happens? You have a thought, I should do that. It's not a threat yet, but if you don't act on it, within 5 seconds, your brain thinks, that's a threat. Why isn't Nick acting? Why isn't he moving towards that? That must be dangerous. Then all the self-protective mechanisms come online and the resistance gets strong. So we want to do the 3-second rule. Say it, send it, set it, and then move. So I have a thought, and then what we want to encourage you guys to do is say 3, 2, 1, and then go. One of the places to even practice this every time is with your morning routine. Right when you get out of bed, I have a thought, I should get up. I'm not moving. Your brain says, this bed's nice and warm. You should stay here. We have these negative appraisals, and that kind of sets the tone. Silly examples throughout the day. Similar to the first principle you just gave, Joe, is just move towards the resistance. I don't know if you guys have ever had, Joe, if you've ever experienced this, but let's say I'm walking somewhere, even around the neighborhood, I'm like, I see somebody I know. I'm like, I don't want to talk to that person, or I don't even want to say hi. So I just go the other direction. I find myself, actually, Nick, what if you chose, it's a super trivial thing, what if you chose to walk towards them? Like, these are silly things, but these small actions make a big deal, and they make a difference. So choose the path of most resistance. Let fear be your compass, and then shrink that gap between having the thought of doing something and then doing it.